Pocket English Podcast
from your pocket.
Welcome back to Pocket English, where we help you speak natural English in just a few minutes a day. Today, we are going to build an awkward pause simulator to solve the most painful moment in English speaking. Picture this. You are in the break room, your coworkers are joking and talking fast, and you have a great comment to add, but by the time you translate the sentence in your head, the topic has already changed, leaving you just nodding and feeling completely invisible.
I used to hate that feeling so much, standing there, smiling and nodding until my neck physically hurt, just wishing I could say one single thing so they knew I was actually part of the group.
You are not invisible, and by the end of this episode, you will have a simple two-word bridge phrase to interrupt politely, skip the translation delay, and seamlessly join any group chat.
Why is it that when I'm talking to just one person, I feel completely fine, but the second a third person joins the conversation, my English completely disappears?
That is such a universal experience. We call it the translation delay trap. When you're speaking one-on-one, the other person naturally has to wait for you. They're focused entirely on you. But in a group, the conversation has its own independent momentum.
Yes, it feels exactly like a fast-moving train. I'm standing on the platform with my perfect sentence ready, but the train just keeps going. By the time I translate my thought from my native language to English, make sure the verb tense is correct, and prepare to speak, they're already laughing about a completely different topic.
Exactly, and your brain is doing double duty. You're trying to listen to their new topic while simultaneously translating your old thought. It's cognitive overload. Your brain simply freezes to protect itself from making a mistake.
So what do we usually do? We just stay quiet. We nod. We smile. I remember at my old job, I would spend 10 minutes standing with my team, just pretending I agreed with everything because I could not find a window to speak.
And the longer you stay quiet, the harder it becomes to speak. The silence builds pressure. After 10 minutes of not saying a word, you feel like you need to say something incredibly smart or funny to justify breaking your silence.
Exactly. The pressure becomes impossible. But Jack, even if I have my sentence ready faster, I still hesitate because I don't want to be rude. In my culture, interrupting someone while they are speaking is a terrible thing to do. You have to wait for a clear, polite pause before you open your mouth.
That is a massive cultural difference, and it's a huge mental block for English learners. In English conversational culture, waiting for a complete silence can actually make the conversation feel dead or awkward. We expect people to jump in.
Jump in? Like literally jump? What do you mean by that?
To jump in just means to enter the conversation quickly, even while someone else is still finishing their sentence. In natural English, jumping in with an agreement or a short reaction is not considered rude at all. We actually call it active listening. It proves you are paying attention.
So interrupting is actually polite? That feels so wrong to my brain.
It depends entirely on the type of interruption. If I'm talking about my weekend trip and you interrupt me to say, I need to go buy groceries, that is a disruptive interruption. That is rude because you killed my topic. But if I'm talking about my weekend and you interrupt me to say, wait, really? That sounds amazing. That is a supportive interruption. You're giving me energy to keep telling my story.
Okay, I think I understand that difference. A supportive interruption proves that I'm engaged. But my main problem is still that translation delay. Even a supportive interruption takes time for my brain to translate and build.
That's why we're going to stop trying to build full sentences. You don't need a 10-word sentence to show you are listening. Group conversations don't wait for perfect grammar. You only need a bridge phrase.
A bridge phrase, so a short phrase that connects me to the group?
Exactly. A bridge phrase is conversational glue. It's 2 or 3 words you memorize so deeply, so completely, that you never need to translate them. They become muscle memory. They buy you time and get your voice into the room immediately.
Give me a real example. What is the absolute best bridge phrase I can use today?
The most powerful one is just 2 words. Wait, really?
Wait, really? That's it? I don't need to say, I am very surprised by what you just said to me.
No, that sounds like a textbook. Native speakers don't talk like textbooks. Wait, really? Is perfect. And the magic is not in the words, the magic is in the melody. You have to say it with genuine energy.
Let me try it. Wait, really?
A little more energy. Imagine you just found out you won a free vacation.
Wait, really?
Perfect. That sudden burst of energy naturally makes the other speaker pause and look at you. You have successfully entered the conversation without translating a single verb.
I love that. It takes zero translation time. What about those short questions native speakers always use to agree with you? Like if I say, I went to the store, they instantly say, did you? I used to really struggle with those.
You are talking about tag questions.
Yes, tag questions. I thought I had to remember all the grammar rules in real time. If my coworker uses the past tense, my brain panics because I have to quickly say, did you? If they use the future tense, I have to calculate and say, will you? It was exhausting to do that math in my head while trying to listen.
Forget the grammar chart entirely. When you are standing in a fast-moving group chat, fluency is so much more important than perfect grammar. Do not think of tag questions as a grammar rule you have to pass a test on. Think of them as a rhythm.
A rhythm?
Yes, it is just a sound to keep them talking while you participate. If calculating did you or are they feels too complicated in the moment, drop the grammar entirely. Just use a universal bridge phrase that works for any tense, like is that right? Or simply exactly.
That is such a relief to hear. Exactly works for almost everything. I can just agree and be part of the moment.
It does. And if you are finding these small mindset shifts helpful, make sure to hit subscribe right now so you do not miss our weekly strategies. We want to help you build the speaking confidence every single week.
Okay, so I have my bridge phrases ready. Wait, really? And exactly. But knowing the words is very different from actually having the courage to open my mouth and use them when my coworkers are talking fast.
That is exactly why we are building the awkward pause simulator today. We are going to practice this physical feeling right now together.
Wait, right now? Are you asking the listeners to speak out loud wherever they are?
I am. Wherever you are listening right now, whether you are walking to the train, sitting in your living room, or washing the dishes, you need to use your physical voice. You have to speak out loud.
I know some people listening might feel shy about that. I used to record myself practicing interruptions alone in my room, and I felt so embarrassed. I hated hearing my own voice making mistakes. But then I realized the awkwardness is temporary, but the improvement is permanent. If you do not practice it here with us, you will not do it in the real break room.
That is the absolute truth. So here are the rules for the simulator. Emma and I are going to start chatting about a fake weekend trip. We are going to talk a little bit fast, just like real life. Your job as the listener is to interrupt us.
So they don't wait for us to finish our sentences.
Do not wait. When you hear a tiny breath, or even while we are actively speaking, I want you to say, wait, really? Out loud. You have to force your way into our conversation using that energetic melody we practiced.
This is going to feel so strange to talk over a podcast, but I love it. Let's do it.
Okay, get ready, take a breath. 3, 2, 1. So I finally went to that new Italian restaurant downtown on Saturday, and the line was completely out the door and around the corner.
Oh no, did you actually wait in that line? I heard it takes 2 hours just to get a table there.
We did, and honestly, after all that waiting in the cold, we finally sat down and they told us they completely ran out of pizza dough.
You are joking.
No, I was so hungry and frustrated, I almost just walked right into their kitchen and made the dough myself. Okay, pause. Did you interrupt us?
If you stayed completely silent just now, you fell right back into the nodding trap. You stood on the platform and let the train go by.
And that is completely okay. This is exactly why it is a simulator. It's safe here. Nothing bad happens if you freeze.
Let's try it one more time. Remember, the second you hear something surprising or frustrating in my story, I want you to literally talk over my voice and say, wait, really?
Use your body too. Uncross your arms, lean forward slightly, and use that bright melody. You have to stop Jack talking.
Here we go. Take 2.
So after the waiter told us they had no pizza left, the actual manager came out to our table to apologize.
Well, that was nice of him at least. Did he give you a discount on your drinks?
Much better than a discount. He said if we came back the very next day, our entire meal for the whole family would be completely free.
Pause. How did that feel? Did you jump in that time?
Even just practicing that timing makes a massive difference. When you physically interrupt the audio, you realize that the world doesn't end when you speak up.
Exactly. Your body learns the muscle memory of entering a conversation. You stop waiting for a magical invitation or permission to speak. You realize you have the tools to take your space in the group.
And once you use a bridge phrase to get their attention, you feel so much more relaxed, and the rest of your English flows much more naturally.
So here is your specific mission for tomorrow. When you are standing in a group, whether it is at work, at school, or with friends, do not try to tell a long story. Do not try to translate a massive, perfect sentence. Your only mission is to use wait, really? Or exactly, just one single time while someone else is speaking.
It takes the pressure completely off, and we want to hear from you about this. Head down to the comments right now and tell us, what is the hardest place for you to jump into a group chat? Is it at work, at parties, or somewhere else? Let us know.
We read every single comment, and your answers help us build the exact lessons you need next. Take that small step tomorrow, use your bridge phrase, and remember that your voice deserves to be heard.
You have got this, and we will see you in the next episode.